Go.
And we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star, the Flippin' Hippo, and I have a very special guest with me tonight. I'm just going to let him introduce himself.
Hello, I'm Robert, the Zombie Bargain Hunter. How is everybody doing? What do you need to know?
Well, tell everyone what you do most of your business with.
Okay. I sell mostly plush and... No, that was loud.
That was my
phone. Mostly plush and collectibles and Uncle Pops. I sell a whole bunch of things. I have only 3,200 listings on right now. I've kind of been slacking lately. I've been lazy. But I'll get them back up.
Only 3,200. I'm going to say hi to some folks in the chat. Liz is here for the first time, so welcome in. My good friend Colleen and Donna are here. Good friends, that would be plural. Hi, girls. Welcome in. Lisa says hi. Lee Numbers is looking forward to the show. A year ago, I never would have picked up Plush. And, I hear that a lot. Actually, my friend Donna there in the chat has just started Plush within like the last week or two. After being friends with me for a couple of years, or we knew each other for like a year in the reseller world. The last year, we've become really close friends. And she still only picked it up in the last couple of weeks, but she's been very surprised. Actually, I am jealous of some of her finds. She found a jelly cat her first time out.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys know what you're looking for, if you pay attention to what me and Robert have to say, if you're part of my Facebook group, the Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod, if you're in there, if you watch Robert's videos, if you watch my videos, I don't have Robert's YouTube linked because I'm a terrible host and an amateur YouTuber. But if you're in the group, he is. Yeah, if you're in the group, he posts his videos in there. But if you watch us and you're in the group, if you've bought my plush guide, you know what you're doing. You can go out for the first time and dig through a bin of plush and come home with money. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to come home with poop, right?
Oh, gotten plenty of poop lately.
Plenty of poop. But that's how I learned personally. I would just go out and buy bags and bags and bags of plush and just tons of it from the bins and learn. Huh?
My Beanie Babies. I bought bags and bags of those, thinking they were I was going to be a millionaire. And they're still in my house to this day, 8 years later.
Well, my very first video on this channel was about my Beanie Babies.
Yeah. And
I did an auction, and whoever won them didn't pay, so you can do that second chance. That person didn't pay, so I did the second chance. Guess where mine are? They're upstairs.
Mine are thrown in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, mine are still here. I couldn't even get rid of them. I basically put them on auction for like shipping. That was it. That's all they had to pay. They didn't really bid up or anything. Don't get Beanie Babies. Don't do it. Hey, Amy's here. Carrie Berry, Trina, Tammy White, Mary McQueen, Thompson, Jennings, Jamie Brown. Trying to say hi to everybody real quick so we can jump in to the meat of the show. David and Bill are here, guys. That's Noman the Frog with the blue wrench. That's two of my very good friends and mods, so say hi to them. Eola Eden says Plush is 75% of their store. Awesome. I think it's maybe 50 or 40% of mine. And yours?
About 65, I'm guessing.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Plush hand puppets are below. So
yeah, I love hand puppets.
Yep. Stark Raven Wild gave my dog a puppy plush, only to find out that after she chewed it that it was a large Webkin's Golden Retriever.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Fire Gal, welcome in. Hey, guys, you two together is such a treat, says Beth, picking Georgia Peaches. Donna says she's rapidly getting addicted to the plush life, and I like when my friends get into it, because Donna now understands the addiction.
No, I prefer friends not get into it, because when I'm going with them shopping, they'll go somewhere else, and I get the plush to myself. So
yeah, that's true.
Keep my friends away from me.
But Donna lives in Florida, so
okay.
she's not a competitor yet until we get down there. But it's addicting, and when you get do you talk to yours?
No, I dance with mine.
You dance with yours.
The song comes on, and I'm picking them. They're gonna get a dance.
So Robert dances with
Pandora when I'm picking my plush every day when I go upstairs and pick them. So if a good song comes on, they're gonna get a dance with me.
Yeah, I talk to mine, and I have favorites that I kind of want to keep, but instead I just list them, and then they hang out in the office with me. And
yeah, I have a couple that I haven't listed yet. He's staring at me. I have a labyrinth worm that I bought really inexpensively. So I'm just keeping him here. He's like looking at me right now. I'm like, no, I don't want to put him up yet.
So Fire Girl says in Texas she can't find plush for less than $1.99 each. So then if you can't find thrift at your plush cheap, I tell folks to go to yard sales and church sales.
Yeah.
A lot of times you can find them for 50 cents or a quarter at
Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace is a good place to get them. I like to go to yard sales because if they have a bunch out and say they have like $1 on them, but I can tell they have like 50, I'll say, if I take all of them, can I give you 25?
I don't think I've ever run into a yard sale that's had that many ever in my area.
Where I get the majority of my plush all the time. They'll just have boxes of them. And I'll be like, I want them all. And they'll be like, you want all of them? And I'm like, yeah. And the one guy,
terrible area for yard sales. Just bad.
This one guy had all the white Disney and Hard Rock Bears. He went and got an old refrigerator box, and we were counting them out, and they're like 75, and he let me have them for like less than $75. So,
okay.
Yeah, I like to just walk up and I want them all.
Yeah, swap meet's my best bet.
The bins is good too.
Yeah, when I can get to Vegas.
Yeah, I don't go to the bins myself because I don't like our bins here personally.
Well, your back too. It must kill your back.
It's really hard for me. We went a couple of times in the beginning. I had a stick that I poked with, like an old grandma, but it kills my back. So I'm lucky. I have a Goodwill up the road that has them for 50 cents a piece in a bucket, and I feel like maybe a lot of them get to the bucket before they're supposed to because they know I'll come in and buy them all.
Yeah,
which is make friends with your thrift store people.
Oh, for sure. I have to drive about 70 miles to my good thrift store. Either that or drive 150 to Vegas. So I'm always stuck. I have nothing good near me.
But when you go to Vegas, you really like.
Oh, I pack my truck full.
Yeah, you come home with enough to list for a while, and it's all a write-off, and you get to go to Vegas.
300 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Okay, so Robert and I actually have like an outline we're going to try to work off of and stick to so that we can keep this to an hour and still take questions from y'all. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat and interact with you guys as we go. But try to hold your questions to the end. At the very end, we're going to open up the floor to you guys to ask us anything at all. You have in front of you, streaming live, the self-appointed Plushie Queen and Plushie King. Queen of the East and King of the West, different territories. But take advantage of it. Pay attention to what we have to say. You guys can learn a lot. And as we talk and go through stuff, if you have questions, again, I just ask that you hold them to the end so that we can just kind of flow through our presentation with you guys and then address you guys at the end. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have Robert talk about his top 5 reasons. Or do you want to go one and one back and forth?
Doesn't matter. Go.
Let's go back and forth.
Okay.
So we have our top 5 reasons. Some are the same and some are different of why we love selling plush. We'll have Robert start off with his first one.
Okay. My first reason is diversity. There are so many different plush in different categories and just different characters that it is fun to find something new. You find something new almost every time I go through like a Goodwill bins or something. There's always something new to find. I just found this little puppy dog right here. Never seen him before. He has a little bow on him and threw him up for like $30. Nothing special. I mean, but hey, it's always something new to find. And I go through the Gaylords all the time with my plush. I go and buy like 9 Gaylords, go crazy and fill up my house. My house is still filled up with plush, and every time I go through a bag of the Gaylords, I find a new plush that I've never seen before, and it's just fun to go through plush.
Yeah, I think my number 3 is the same as your 1, so I'll make that my 1 too. I have fun to source, talk about, learn about, all of it. It is fun to source plush if you know what you're looking for, or if you even don't know what you're looking for. It's fun to dig and try to find the treasures. Like Robert said, you get them home, and even he and I, experts, find new ones, new to us. Yeah. Every single day there are bolos. I discover new brands. I discover new animals.
That's a little treasure.
Oh, that's so cute.
There's a dinosaur that a kid put in there.
I have one I just discovered, but she has gone upstairs, I believe. It was a kitty corn. A unicorn that was a cat. It was by Fiesta, which is not a great brand, but the kitty corn is up for like $20 because of what it is.
A pigacorn or a hogacorn.
See, I get excited.
They're crazy.
I think they're cute. I think they're fun. I'm
always doing a bunch of those, like a line of those.
Hey, Megan, welcome in. Yeah, plush are just fun. It kind of brings out the kid inside of you. Like Robert says, he dances with his plush. Yeah. I sing to mine and talk to him.
You have to make work fun. If it's not fun, it's just boring. And why am I doing it?
Yeah, if it's not fun, there's no point, you know? And these were like back when Keith left his job in March to join me full time doing this. But for a couple of years, I was here alone all day. And these were my only friends, my hippos and my guys, my dogs. This guy.
This guy's angry.
Oh, I love that cat, though. He always makes an appearance on the channel.
Yeah, it will never leave my side in this house.
Aww. All right. Yeah, so your second reason you love the plush?
Easy shipping. I love plush because it's so easy. Plush in video games, when I get a bunch of games or small plush, I just love the shipping. I mean, this big guy, I will smash the snot out of it and get it in a tiny bag, and he will ship first class. I don't have to deal with boxes or anything else. I mean, I love shipping plush. We don't have to worry about it, except with the big eyes. I usually throw one of those eBay bubble bags on his head. Or if I have like a video game poly bag, I'll just throw it on the head. I don't buy bubble wrap. eBay gives me enough of that for free. So I just throw it on the head and throw it in the bag. That's it. I mean, all plush ships so easily that...
So people shouldn't be afraid to mush them down like that, right?
Oh, no. I've mushed down huge 3-foot ones into a 1-foot bag. I mean, I've mushed them good.
Mush them, squeeze the snot out of them.
Yeah, I was watching TV and sitting on a giant Cookie Monster for like 20 minutes and just moving the bag a little bit at a time, and then finally sealed it after like 20 minutes and taped it, and that was it.
So yeah, they're plush guys. Most cases, this guy's hard, but
yeah, he'll be a little bit harder because he has the hard head.
Yeah, he's like beanbag hard.
Oh, okay.
But with ones like this, he's like Henry, except that he's an elephant instead of a hippo. Yeah. You can squish them and you can squeeze them, and they'll fluff back out.
Yeah,
and
if they have the big eyes, you can tuck the eyes in the belly, so they're protected, so you don't even have to bag them.
Yeah, you can tuck their eyes in, like that. I have some jumbo plush we're going to show at the end, including this giant sheepdog behind me. And they came in a box with like 20 other plush that Greg, one of my viewers, Greg Stuart, I bought a wholesale lot from him at the beginning of the shutdown, but then he sent me a giant box for my birthday so that I could make profits and spend my profits on my own present, which is a really cool idea.
There you go.
Really great present. But it was just this box, and I expected to pull out I pulled out like a regular size Build-A-Bear deer, and she was cute. Well, I got down to this vacuum bag, and this dog is as tall as me when you stand it up, and it weighs probably about 10 pounds. It was in there with like 4 or 5 other ones this size. And he had them in a vacuum bag, sucked down flat. Nice. And when you open the bag and the air comes in, I mean, this guy was literally as flat as a blanket. And then he puffed back out. They're stuffed animals. You can squish, squeeze, mush, mash.
They're meant to be played with. They're kids' toys. They don't get destroyed. No, well, it depends on the kid.
Yeah, depending on the kid and the dog that gets a hold of it.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, that's my second reason is the same as Robert's. Shipping is cheap. Shipping is easy. It doesn't take a lot of supplies. It doesn't cost a lot. It's throw them in a bag, slap a label on, and off they go to their new forever home.
If I couldn't ship them that fast, what would I do with 120 that I have to ship on a Monday every once in a while? That would be insane.
Yeah, thankfully we clothes are a little rougher, but thankfully when we have our Monday shipments go out, it's usually a majority of remote controls and plush, and remote controls just drop into a bubble. And
I like t-shirts too. T-shirts are really simple too.
Yeah, we actually I have one here to show you. I actually store my stuff after I photograph it. In the bag it's going to ship in. So if I had just photographed this, it's I don't know, it's a comic book. I can't tell which one. It's a t-shirt. So it gets nicely folded and it gets placed in the bag and it gets tagged. And
when I do t-shirts, I buy like 10 at a time. I've never do singles at all. So mine are like stacked up, and
you do both lots.
Yeah, and I put them right into. There's like a bag that I bought from Amazon. It's like $5, and it holds like 100 t-shirts. And yeah, I can just stack them like that, just because I don't
package everything, and we give them a label. We have bins, 20 items to a bin, and then we'll reuse this tag. But 75% of our store is closed, so this makes it easy.
Yeah.
You just pull the number. I pull the tag off. I can reuse it and like stick my label over where we've written on it. So if you don't do a lot of clothes, Robert's Way is really well.
I hate clothes, except for t-shirts that I can get like 10 at a time or 20 at a time.
If you do clothes, like my way is actually a lazier version of Megan's. Megan's way is really cool. But it was a little too much intense for me. She has like laminated cards and stuff.
Oh, geez.
I'm like, whoa, Megan, but I did copy her to an extent. It's just like the lazy Megan way.
Nice.
All right, what's your third reason?
Third reason is easy to get. I love going to the Goodwill bins. I just found these Goodwill blue boxes. They just started, so I got 10 of those. So I'll be doing a video on that. So look for that.
I'm excited to see what you got.
You can go to someone's house, or you can put a Facebook message. We have some feedback. All right. We can go to Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or any place and just put a message and Plush, and people will throw them at you. They don't want them in their house, especially now with all this nonsense going on. People are cleaning their house and they want to get rid of them. It's a perfect time to stock up right now.
Yeah, and a lot of people actually think that Plush is trash.
Yeah.
So they're passing them up at the flea markets, the thrift stores, the church sales, the thrift store, the bins. I've had people, when we used to go to the bins, toss aside Plush worth $50 Plush.
Yeah. That's why I love going to the bins. I get everything. There's like 2 people there that will ever pick up a Plush, and most of the time they'll like look at it and they'll get a bad thing on eBay where they're looking it up and they'll find like one that's sold real low, and I'm like, I know what that sells for. I know that sells for $25, and they're looking at what's sold and someone gave it away for $9, and they throw it back. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. People just think they're garbage, which is my third reason, is the cost of goods. Because along the same lines, people don't understand what they have. People just want rid of them. If their kid grew up or moved out, the church sales get so many of them donated, and they just like give them away. If you got sales like that in your area, or if you go to the bins by weight, they don't weigh anything.
Yeah.
The cost of goods is really super low on them. And they're easy to find, like Robert said, both because people don't know what they have. They think it's just junk, and it's not.
When I get 300 pounds to the bin, I have a ton of Plush. I mean, my whole side of my house is full and stacked to the ceiling with Plush when I go and get 300 pounds at the bins. It is insane. So, yeah.
Yeah, if you're in the group, you've probably seen one of his pictures of the back of his SUV. You can't see any. There's like not even air holes, like eye holes.
No, and my SUV is a big SUV. It's not a little one.
That's funny. All right, your fourth one.
Fourth one, why I love it, because they always need replacing, whether it's an Olaf or I don't know, anything white, like Hello Kitty, they need to be replaced. They have to be fixed, so people just toss them. If they come to me, I'll fix them and sell it back to them. It's great. But that's the most reason is because they need replacing, so people get rid of them all the time, and they need to buy more.
Yep. Or if a lot of times you'll have buyers who will write you later because their kid lost their favorite one on a vacation or left it in a motel, and they had to find that exact specific plush to placate the child. And you have
several websites of that. I think one is findyourlovey.com or something like that.
Yeah.
And I've sold through there. I've had it was a dragon. It was like it was Figment, and someone was looking for it, and I was going to put it up for like $35, and someone wanted it, and I didn't have to pay eBay fees because I just shipped it right to them. So
yeah. Figment is a purple dragon. You guys will see a Walt Disney tag on. It's the iconic like dragon at the front of Disney World and Walt Disney World. Disneyland in Walt Disney World, sorry. Greg just popped his head in. We were just talking about you, Greg. We've got all my giant plush here that you sent me for my birthday. We're going to show at the end. Welcome in. I see the questions, but we're going to get to them at the end. Okay, guys? My fourth reason, I'm actually going to switch these. Nope, I can't. Well, our fifth reasons are the same, but my fourth reason for loving them is actually your first reason for hating them. So
oh, nice.
I'll just go with my number 4. I think they're easy to clean. I don't really have any issues with the plush. I have tons of videos on my channel of how I clean them. Robert also has tons of videos of how he cleans them. But in a nutshell, I spot clean with this. It's $1 at the Dollar Tree. And if it needs more than a spot cleaning, I liberally spray the marks with this, let it soak, throw them in the washing machine, never the dryer, let them air dry, and they're beautiful and they're fresh. Don't put them in the dryer, though. You will ruin their fur.
Never put them in the dryer. I do some that I can put in the dryer, but I'm not going to share them because people will just put them all in the dryer.
That's just it. Some people say I've put them in the dryer and nothing happened. And then you have something with long, soft fur like this.
Yeah.
It will come out looking like a lamb.
Yeah.
And then I get messages. What happened to my plush?
I combed it out, and it looks like, I still threw it up there because why not? Why not list it? Yeah. It doesn't look great.
It does. I have a popple. You can tell she went through the dryer. She looks like a little lamb.
Yeah, that popple floor just melts.
Yep. And people will send me photos. What happened to my plush? And I'm like, you didn't listen to me. Don't put them in the dryer.
Put them on the couch. Put them on the table. Put them anywhere. Just let them air dry.
Yeah, it's not hard to, if you're going to wash, say like you have brought home 20 and 5 of them you had to spray down and wash, right? You can take all 5. In fact, I have a whole row of them we just washed today sitting on the counter in the bathroom, just on the counter. They're not in my way. I'll grab them tomorrow. Huh?
I have them on my couch. I just spread them out on my couch.
Yeah, I have a couch in the eBay room here because Keith likes to lay down while he lists on his phone. But right now it's got boxes everywhere. So.
Oh, yeah, so do I.
But yeah, clean them, wash them, whatever. You can steam. If they don't actually need cleaned, I like to steam clean them to sanitize them. I'm a germaphobe. But as far as I think they're easy because I can spot clean. And if I don't even feel like spot cleaning, it takes too much work. Just spray them down with the Awesome. Let them sit for a night or 2. Toss them in the washing machine with some kind of soap with OxyClean in it, like Tide or whatever. They'll be fine. All right. So what's you already did yours.
Yep.
So
one more.
Yep. They're similar. So you go first.
Okay. My 5th reason that I love Plush is the ease of listing. I can list 50 a night and not have a problem. I have listed up to, I believe it was 175 I listed in one night.
Yes, I remember that. It was the night of the Hello Kitties, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. No, I only listed 100 Hello Kitties. This was, I believe they were Pokemon.
Oh, wow.
I listed 175 in one night. But if you can get all of them together and all Pokemon or all Hello Kitty and just pop out the listings, all you have to do is change a few words and just keep popping them out. It's very easy to list. I mean, it took me 8 18 hours straight listing because I'm crazy. But I mean,
but you also got to watch TV or whatever while you were.
Yeah, I listened to People's Court in the background, or Judge Judy, or you if I want to put something else on. I mean, it's easy.
Yeah, and so my fifth is the same. It's easy and it's fast.
Yeah.
If I have plush that don't need lint rolled or spot cleaned, if they're all ready to go, the time it takes me to photograph 20 plush, and that includes a photo of them next to some kind of, you use a stick, right?
Yeah, I have the yardstick.
Use a yardstick. I have a measuring tape, but I put each one next to this. And in the time that I can do 20 plush, believe it or not, I could only have done 10 pairs of jeans and probably 5 shirts. Shirts take me forever because there's standing and dressing a mannequin involved. It kills my back.
Oh, yeah.
But I actually, in this chair is how I do it. So I have my setup back there. I move the mannequins. I move the lights out and set them in towards the white paper. And I pull a rolly chair over like this one. I pull a rolly chair over that Keith will stack plush on for me. High as they go. I'll do 50 at a time. I roll that over. I roll my utility card over that's got this, my awesome. And I sit in this chair facing that way, and I just take them off one at a time. Click, click, click. I sit the entire time. Doesn't hurt my back. That's why I like them, because they don't hurt my back. They don't bother my disability. They don't cause me any pain. And we'll throw a podcast, a murder podcast. I like my shit on. I'll put one of those on my phone that I'm still taking pictures with, so I can hear my show and, So if you're disabled, make sure you have rolly chairs.
For sure. Rolly chair, even with your not. I love the rolly chair.
Well, I have 3. Great. And I showed them in my How I Do Jeans video, but I will load all my clothes on them, my plush, push them around the room, and have them next to me. And you can set up so you can take your photos sitting down. So it's fast for me to photograph them. Doesn't hurt my back. And then once they're photographed, like Robert said, boom, boom, boom. Set up some templates. If you don't know how to set up a template, search my channel. Next time you have a little bit of spare time, I have like a 5-minute, really short video.
Similar and steal theirs. That's what I do most of the time.
I don't recommend selling similar because I've made some mistakes doing that. People.
Okay, I'm an expert on selling similar then.
Setting up a template's the same thing.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. So set up your templates.
Different things like that. Hello Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on how many I have. If I have like 50 or more, I'm going to set up a template and just bang it out. But if I have like one-offs, like I do since I have the Gaylords, it's a lot of one-offs. I've been doing a lot of sell similar lately.
I'm reading the chat. Sorry. But yeah,
mine's behind.
I have templates set up for everything: women's jeans, women's pants, men's pants, Build-A-Bears. Like anything I know I do commonly, like Pokemon's Build-A-Bears. You can go in and preset them. If you want to weigh your plush at the time of photographing them, and at the end take a picture of them on a scale, you could put the exact weight in at the time of listing. Then
I got a good hand. I kind of know what they weigh now. So
either
8 or 12, 99% of the time. So
I have these big dudes. I always find big dudes.
Also, the big ones I just put in like 3 pounds and deal with it later. But you do calculated free shipping, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah. I'm going to put this aside because I keep playing with it and I know it's making little noises. All right. So there's a lot of really good reasons you need to get into plush, or you should get into plush. You need to. Would you say they need to or they should?
They should.
They need to. Especially like plush has been a saving grace for us through the shutdown.
I mean, if you have a kid, you already have the plush. They're going to get rid of it sooner or later. Why not start there? I mean, why not?
If you have kids that are older, that's actually kind of
nieces, I mean, you can get plush from anywhere. I got tons of plush from my niece when she cleaned out her house. So
go on Facebook Marketplace. Everybody and their brother just cleaned out their house during shutdown.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So everybody's got stuff to get rid of.
I talked to the Goodwill manager at the bins. He says he has 109 Gaylords full of plush if I wanted them. 109. That's how many. That's how much they have right now.
I wish we lived closer. We could like go have these.
We are flooded.
We could like go have these and do collab videos and stuff.
Oh yeah, because you could have 40 of these bags. I wouldn't mind.
I would take 40 bags. Believe me.
I had 80. I believe it was 82 total when I did the Gaylord haul. So I have 40 still. I've done half.
Wow, that's a lot. All right, so there's a lot of reasons. I have a little brain fart. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of reasons why you should sell plush. A lot of really good reasons, from how low the cost of goods to the ease of shipping. But there are some drawbacks, and we're going to talk about those next. But I don't want anyone to think that we're doing talk about the drawbacks in any type of way being negative. We're just giving you the reality of it. Plush is super easy, super cheap, super great to ship, but there are some downfalls or some drawbacks to it. And I wouldn't be me, who I am on this channel, giving out my tough love and teaching you guys the right way to do things all the time and best practices, if I blew you guys up with unicorn farts and told you everything was wonderful and great. You've got to hear the hard work side, the bad side.
Plush too.
Unicorn farts. So there's some downsides. They're not that big of a deal. Clearly, They don't stop us from doing it, but you need to know about them if you're going to get into this in any type of serious way. So, Robert, what's your number one downside?
Number one is cleaning. Mostly because of like Hello Kitty and Olaf, those guys like that. Or if you get the ones with their bin and cigarette houses that are really nasty, those are disgusting. Like I had a Hagar, I forget what he's from. Hagar the Horrible? That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Horrible. I must have washed him 10 times and he was still squeezing out orange stuff from a smoke-filled house. It was highly disgusting. So you might run into those every once in a while. I finally got him sparkly clean and he smelled good, but cleaning can sometimes be a PETA.
It can. Do you ever do the vodka trick?
No.
So I've heard. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. $5 super hippos.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you so much. That was Greg? Yeah, it was Greg. Thank you, Greg.
Yep.
I've heard if you have, and it works on clothing and inside purses too, but on plush, if they smell bad, you can spray them with a spray bottle of vodka.
I use baking soda. I use baking soda on my hands and get them inside while I'm washing so that they penetrate, let them sit, and then rewash them because the powder will start like coming out.
Like OxyClean does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cat's shedding.
I've heard that you could spray them with vodka and let them dry out in the sun. So I've never tried it.
Well, personally,
if something smells funky, I leave it behind. So I've never bought a lot where any of them smelled.
Well, I just got the Goodwill bin, so it's like I don't have a choice. The guy threw Gaylords in my truck, and I get what I get.
In situations like that, you're going to get what you can get.
Yeah.
But it is a PETA, like he said. So if you can't avoid it, dirty ones or ones that need washing aren't as bad as getting smells out, I think.
Yeah, especially the smoke smells. Those are just nasty.
Yeah, I'm a former smoker, and I smell it on people now, and I'm like, oh my God, did I smell like that? That's disgusting.
Yeah, my father smokes like 2 packs a day, so I stay away from him.
Your brother, you said?
My father.
Your father.
Yeah.
I used to smoke, and I never could tell the smell until I wasn't a smoker.
No, yeah. That's what my mom says. She used to smoke too. It's like, ugh. Like I can always tell. Knock it off.
Okay, so my first hardback is like I'm reading a book. Sorry. Drawback, downside. I think they're harder to do inventory checks on. So like if I need to do an inventory check on my clothing, I bring a bin out here. Like I said, there's 20 in there with tags. I can quickly check and make sure they're all still listed on eBay. The plush, I got to bring down bags and go through the bags. Some are in bins. I see someone asked about storage. We'll answer questions at the end. But I have a very specific way of storing as does Robert. And it's a little bit harder to go through them and double check that they're still listed because stuff falls off eBay.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I've gone through bins and I've had like 10 in one bin that have fallen off. But my inventory system is a lot easier, I believe, because I have my characters all like, if Elmo, I'll go through 20 Elmo and just check. I have them all categorized on eBay. Elmo, what's listed on Elmo, and then I go through the bin of Elmo and whatever's there, and then whatever else I have to relist. So my inventory is a little bit different than yours.
Yeah, yours is a lot easier, but you buy in bulk so much in wholesale.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can take all.
I can have like 50 Elmos at one time. So
yeah,
you have one or two, and it's a lot harder. Inventory.
Yeah, even the big lot I bought from Greg, there was a lot of realistic animals or Wild Republic, but they weren't like the same. And there was a couple Build-A-Bear My Little Ponies, but the big ones like that, I put on. We have an old bunk bed upstairs, and my animals hang out on the bunk bed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I have a tub of just cats. I have a tub of lions. I have a tub of elephants. I have 3 tubs of bears, brown bears, white bears, and black bears. Or I put different colors, so the red ones in there and whatever else is in there. But yeah, that's the way I do my inventory. So it's easier for me.
I like your way, but I don't ever have enough sourced at one time to sort them like that.
Yeah,
like, I bring home 20 from 50 Cent Day. And they're all 20 different. So I put small, little ones in numbered bins, medium-sized ones in bags.
And I have
the big dudes.
I'm going through like 20 trash bags at a time.
You know what? I'm glad we're talking about storage because that's the downside for me and you on number 2.
Yeah, space is, it's hard. If you don't have the space, Plush might not be for you because I have I think I have close to 80 bins now, and they're not small bins. They're the big 90, half of them are about 90-gallon bins, and then I believe they're like 50 for the other ones. So I have 80 of those in just one area. So it's a ton of space, and then the big ones I throw in a closet. I have a closet upstairs, and so all the big ones are just thrown in the closet. So if I ever sell a big one, I have to go digging through the closet, but that's easier because they're big.
Yeah, the big ones are like
insane.
Mine are like in rows on the bed, so I can stand and look down at them and see who I need.
Mine are just smashed in a closet.
You have bigger bins than me too. I just have the regular size ones we use for clothes, and that's why I only put the little guys in there. See if I can grab one out. This is like, little ones like that. They're smaller. They go in there. This is Elsa. It's not. It's Anna. No, it's Elsa.
Yeah.
I always get the 2 of them.
Anna, Elsa, whatever. It's one of them.
It's a Disney thing. So yeah, mine is storage too. It takes a lot of room. You have to figure out a way that makes sense for you.
I have a bin just for Frozen. I mean,
yeah,
Frozen stuff.
If you have room, Robert's way really works if you're buying a ton at a time. But if not, you're going to have to figure out, if you only have 10 or 20 at a time, they're all different, how you're going to do it. Do you want to divide them up by size, by type? And then no matter how organized you are or how good your intentions are, they will eventually eat up all the space.
Yeah.
They just do.
And they fall off too. So
and they fall off.
The bags, and they were just a pain to find. And then once I started finding them, I'm like, they're falling off, and the inventory was a pain. So that's when I started sorting them by character.
Yeah.
It just got too big for just the bags.
I think last time, about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I did an inventory on the Plush. That was when I started putting smaller ones in the bins because the little ones like this would go in the corner of I use big lawn leaf bags or whatever.
Yeah.
So the small ones would always go to the bottom in the corner, and then they'd have the bigger ones on top burying them. And if you sort one of the small ones, you have to pull everybody out of the bag.
Yeah, that's why I have an extra bin, an empty bin, so I can just throw them into I can find the small ones in if it's a cat, because I have my own cat bin, so I just throw them into an empty one, which I always have an empty one. I just toss them out. Usually just flip over the bin into the empty one, and usually the smaller one's the one left over. So
yeah,
easiest way to find them.
I do have an empty bin now too, for the little ones, and then so if I'm only keeping medium-sized ones in bags, I can kind of just open it. And I'm looking for a color that the animal is, or its ear, or something that tells me, and then I can just pluck it out by its tail.
Sometimes the colors can be off too, which drive me crazy.
Okay, so you got a number.
What are we at? 3?
3. I was about to say 4, but we're on 3.
Well, it's almost the same thing. Yeah, what I was talking about. Almost the identical ones are very hard to find sometimes. Like when I had a bunch of Elmos, that's why I take a picture of the tag from now, because they were a pain when I started doing Elmo. When I first got my lot of 50 Elmo, they were a pain to find because they look identical, especially on the pictures. You can't tell if they're furrier or light furry, so you have to keep looking back and forth. So yeah, that is the hardest part, is finding the identical ones.
Yeah, and we had 2 Little Mermaids that we used to refer to as the cursed Little Mermaids because I sent each one to the wrong person once.
Oh, nice.
And they came back. And I may have even done it twice. They were like a joke around here. So what we did was we held one aside. I listed one. When it sold, I put the other one up. She just shipped out last week. So I had to get to a point where they were so identical and they kept getting screwed up into the wrong person. I was like, this one hangs out on my desk and this one gets listed.
I just did that with a green bunny rabbit. They just contacted me right before this that I sent them the wrong bunny rabbit. I'm like, it's a Kelly toy and it's green. It's exactly no, it's not. It's a tiny bit different. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, well, they can tell.
Yeah.
My Little Ponies too. I get the little ones I sell for like $13.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them are Thai. If I have 4 Pinkie Pies, sometimes it's hard for me to tell the Pinkie Pies all.
Yeah, they have the Thai and they have the Thai silk now and the Thai classic now. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. My number 3 is the fact that they need to be sanitized. Not everyone who deals in plush sanitizes them when they get home. Do I think you should? I think you should. Do I think you should? Yes, but I am a germaphobe. I'm also the person who, before I will even bring shoes into the home, I liberally soak them with Lysol.
I will never bring shoes in my home.
And I do steam clean every single plush before I check them if they need spot cleaned or throw them in the washing machine. Like before they're even allowed to come inside, they have to be, we have a foyer, to be fancy, a foyer outside. And I bring them in there and I steam clean them. And then they come into this main area of the home where the eBay room is. Then when I'm inspecting them, I find flaws or if they need cleaned. But that's me. And to me, that's a downside because of I know it's obsessive compulsive disorder. And I know it's a mental thing. And I know that if I could just not have to do that, my life would be easier, but I can't not do it because it's a mental thing.
Yeah, most of my plush like sit in my car for like a day, so I feel like the sun is beating on it. It's so hot, especially in California. Like right now, I think it's like 98. So I think they're pretty much sanitized for me.
Yeah, I mean, heat does kill a lot of dust mites and bed bugs and things you might be worried about, which is why
I go to Las Vegas too. Vegas is what, 115 when I go pick them up.
150,000. I was there last year for open. It was hot. Last 2 years I went. It was really hot. But yeah, heat cleans all that stuff, which is why I sanitize mine and steam clean them. But I also live in an area that doesn't get that hot in the summer. It gets humid, but not too hot. And then in the winter, it's freezing.
It's hot right now.
Yeah. So
I don't have air in this part of the house, so I'll start melting soon.
I have one, but it's really, really loud. So I have to turn it off when I'm filming.
Yeah, I have a fan, but I have to turn it off right now too. So.
Yeah, it's loud. So yeah, that's my downside, but that doesn't necessarily have to be your downside if you don't have the mental trigger inside of you that says clean everything. So you're number 4?
Small tears and stains that you can miss right before you're ready to ship out. There was like 3 of them today. I was throwing in the bag and stuck my finger in a tiny hole because it was so furry. It was a dog. I'm like, oh, I gotta fix this. And there was a little one that had like a little spot under its chin that I missed before I put it away, and I had to clean that. So they didn't go out today, but that's why I have 2-day handling. It makes up for little mistakes like that, so I don't have to worry about it. But little stains like that, that's kind of a pain, but not really horrible.
I mean, you can do that with clothing too, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're going fast, you miss stuff, but it's hard not to go fast with something's easy and you're a quote unquote expert at it.
Yeah, I mean, you miss little tiny things, and you get text on our message, eBay message, hey, this plush is dirty, and they do a little close up of this tiny little like pinhole that's a little bit dirty. I'm like, come on, snip it off or wash it, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be a little pain, but nothing big.
So mine's kind of like yours, but it's more about when you're outsourcing. You can see something really good that you know is money, and you go over to grab it, and it's damaged or dirty to a point where you know you don't even want to bring it home. It's so damaged, so dirty, you're like, I'm not even messing with this one. That doesn't necessarily affect your bottom line or your business, but it can be very disappointing. And when you're just getting started in plush, if every plush you find that you see that you recognize as something that's a bolo ends up being damaged or dirty, it can be discouraging, and some people can let them feel let down enough that they're like, I don't even want to do plush anymore. Depending on where you're sourcing your plush, that probably happens more often at the bins and like church sales where everybody willy-nilly donates stuff and they don't check it.
Yeah, it happens a lot at the bins, but
at the bins, yes. And like
that's why I always have 2 carts at the end. I always sort into the next cart. Well, usually I wind up like 4 carts because I'm crazy. But yeah, I always have an empty cart where I sort out because you're just grabbing them when they dump them. So you're just grabbing them, throwing them into a cart, and you don't notice anything. But that's why you always have to sort out at the end.
Yeah, and Trina brings up a really good point in the chat about pet hair. Drives me bonkers. I have a really good lip roller that I get at Walmart. I think I've showed it on the channel before.
This thing.
Mine is Evercare. It's really like super cheap. This one is on its last sheet. I actually have to, it's like taped together.
This one I have is reusable. You just wash it with the
Oh, you just wash it.
You know how bad it is.
Oh, nope, that grosses me out. No. What? No, keep it over there.
I was just rolling the
yeah, no, I like the ones you can rip off and throw away because that is
good to know. I know how to torture you in the future.
You do. Now you know how to torture me. Hair bothers me a lot. Anyway,
yeah, you just get some palm olive and wash that, and it's good as new, and you can use it over and over, and you don't have to buy those recyclable ones.
I'm buying these. It's about this fat when I get it brand new. It has a lot of sheets on it. It's like $3. So Donna, thank you so much for your comment about, she says, I highly recommend Star's Guide to Selling Plush. It helped me start out the right way and learn the best brands.
Yeah, I helped on that Plush guide.
Yes, you did. And Lee Numbers, thank you so much for the super chat of $5. He says, buy the guide, you will make your money back tenfold. Thank you guys so much for the, I'm having a total forgetful moment of what the word I want is. Your endorsement? Your endorsement. And Robert did help me with the guide. I ran Sirens. I ran the Bolo, the Nolos, and the bread and butters past him and got his opinion on if they should be there, if I should move them, if I forgot stuff. So Robert did help on that. So you had 2 brains, and Holly actually edited it. If you guys know Holly, she's my work wife. There's a book portion of it. If you don't have the Plush guide, there's a book portion that is the FAQs and the myths busted. So I do some myth busting. There's some FAQs in there, and it reads like a PDF book. And then there's a spreadsheet with bolos, bread and butters, and nolos, and it's split up. The sell-through rate, the target sell price, average sell price that it sells at, and your target buy price, including shipping. And then the sell-through rate is then color-coded: green for the fastest flipping plush, yellow for regular long tail plush, and red for super duper slow. Some bolos are red though.
Yeah, how many are there green? Like 3?
Yeah. By the way, that's one of the myths in the book. If you don't have it, plush is long tail isn't even the word for it. It's like if you took the longest tails in the world and tied them all together, all the rat tails.
Yeah. I just sold 2 this weekend that have been in my store for 8 years, 8+ years.
Yeah, so the guide is really, really good. There's a book part to it that will help you learn certain FAQs and myths busted that me and Robert get questioned about every single day. And then it has the little guide that you could take with you to see how much you should be paying, what it'll sell for, how fast it'll sell, what to avoid, what to look for. Someone asked, how much is it? It's $19.99. However, tonight after the show, I will be dropping a super special code in my Facebook group for members of the group only. They're going to get it for $14.99. So make sure you're in the group and look for the code. You can get it for $14.99. Sorry, I went off promoting my own self and my own guide because we got one more downside before we move on to the next part.
The worst thing, well, this should have been number one, is people giving them away on eBay. Because that is the worst. I despise that. You can see like a good $50 plush that I know it's $50, that it should go for $50, maybe even more, and you'll see it sold for like $9.98 with free shipping.
And you know it weighs over a pound.
Yeah, and it weighs over a pound. So they what, made $2?
It is that's my number 5 as well. The race to the bottom, and that ticks me off on everything. Y'all know I hate that. Race to the bottom. I price everything high.
Plush, Funko Pops, video games, all of them do that. You either weed them out or join them, which is worse.
I hold out though, especially if I see, and I talk about this too a lot, but when you cop plush, it's important to not only look at the solds to see what they sold for, you got to look at what's live right now. Yeah. Because if 3 people are selling your $50 plush for $10 free ship, list yours for $50 plus calculated shipping, you can wait for 3 to sell. You can be patient enough to wait for 3.
Mine sells before the 3 even go away either. So.
It's the they see value in your item. If a buyer sees Robert's big My Little Pony Build-A-Bear for $30, let's say, and everybody else's is at 10, they're going to wonder if there's only 2 or 3 for 10.
Yeah, what's wrong with theirs? That's what they wonder.
What's wrong with them.
Yeah.
They're going to see more value. It's a perceived value is the word I was looking for. Perceived value in items. Sometimes buyers look at the lower price stuff and wonder what's wrong with it and see more value in yours.
I mean, you still get the questions. Oh, I can get this for $10. Why is yours so high? But you can buy it
in our item. If you seriously have found this for $10, can you tell me where you're getting it so I can buy more? I've actually written people that.
I got a couple of messages the other day. Hey, I can buy this game at Best Buy for $10. Why is yours $20? Go ahead and buy it at Best Buy.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, if you have found this item somewhere else,
I mean, that's where I got it. That's why I'm flipping it.
Go buy it. But yeah, that is, I think, the most disappointing thing. Until you really learn plush. Once you've learned the plush and you've learned how to price it, you don't even care anymore. You just need to make sure they're not oversaturated. You need to make sure before you list your big dog, this guy's probably going up for like 90.
Yeah.
I got to make sure that there's not like hundreds of him for 20.
No, I doubt it. That's a really nice looking, realistic dog.
I know.
Make sure you get his name in there.
Huh?
Make sure you find out exactly what he's called and get his name in there.
I don't know what kind of dog this is, but we sold a
bulldog.
We sold a dachshund for that was half the size for like $20 plus shipping the other day. So
yeah,
yeah, you just want to make sure you check the. Oh, he's got stains.
Yeah,
his foot has black marks. Oh, it'll be okay. I will clean you. He's my friend. This is what I do with my plush all day. If you ever wondered, I kissed them.
Well, that's why you got to steam clean them, because I don't kiss mine.
Yeah. So someone says he's an English bulldog. Thank you. But when you're new to plush, don't pay attention to them. You know what I actually tell people to do is go to Robert's store and go to mine, see if we're selling something similar and comp it off of us.
I usually am.
Don't go off of you. If you know that your item has value, and if you the pictures too, like folks will put pictures up of the animal on the floor or a couch.
On the car, I mean, I've seen them everywhere. The bathroom floor. They're like right near the toilet. The toilet's right there, and you have the plush right there.
Yeah.
Really?
Gross. So if you have if you have better pictures, better keywords, better value, better perceived value, you can sell them definitely and list them at a higher price. So don't let the turds that race to the bottom decree how you're going to run your business. And that goes for clothing and everything else too.
Yeah, for sure.
So we were going to talk about jumbos, but I think we talked about shipping a little bit already. I'm just going to quickly show these big ones because Robert and I see all the time that people say they don't know how to ship these big ones or they're afraid to ship them. So tell us about your garbage bag trick.
I love the garbage one. Let's see if I have one right here. Oh, hey, one. I have one that just a black garbage bag. I shove them in there and I will just tape them. Oh, the cat fur.
Just watch your dimensions so you don't get exponential.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I usually try to like get it as small as possible. But yeah, I just tape them, and the tape will bring them down, the dimensions down a lot.
Yeah, because you're squishing all the air out.
Yeah, but so I do have bags that are 18 by 18 that I purchase, and 24 by 24. So before I even go to the trash bags, I have big bags.
So he has big bags too. But like we told you earlier, roll their eyes in, and you can squish them.
Especially the Beanie Boos and all those with big.
Yeah. This guy's really soft. He's exactly like Henry, except he's an elephant. Henry's my big gray hippo, if you guys didn't know.
For the scratches, though, I use this. It's called Novus. It really cleans up the eyes. There's a part 2 that if the eyes are scratched deeper, you use part 2 first before you use this one, and then you use this one to shine it back up. Cloudy. It's called Novus.
Everybody look at that. Cleans up the eyeballs. So if you have expensive plush and you want to make their eyes look nice.
Works great on video games, too.
Works on video games, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you roll them up, you push them down into the garbage bags or the big poly bags, whatever you're working with. Squish the bag around them as much as you can, get all the air out, and tape around it. That's a good trick. If they will fit into the large mailing boxes, which are 12, I believe they're 12 by 12 by 9, you can get them in there and just charge by weight, and that's under the, it's 12 by 12 by 12 is the cutoff for when they start charging astronomical dimensions, right? So that's just what you're aiming for. So some, like this guy's hard. He's an owl. Look at him. He's so cute. This guy's hard. Can you hear him?
Oh, yeah.
So him and the bulldog aren't going to be that easy. They might even actually ship locally. Or I might sell them local on Facebook because they don't fold and bend. They don't squish. It's really hard. But I could still sell them on Facebook and then I'm not dealing with shipping and fees. But if they're like that elephant and they're really, really soft, don't be afraid of giant plush. Guys, don't even be afraid of them if you know you can't ship them. Because you can sell something like this for $50 locally.
Yeah.
They'll pay you $50. They'll come pick it up. These giant animals that are realistic are capital BOLO.
Exactly. People want them.
People want them. And they'll pay you $50, $60 just to come pick it up or meet you at the McDonald's. Yeah. And you get a nice coffee. And now you made a sale and you got enough coffee. I'm going to roll over here and show you this big guy. But I'm going to have to move. Henry and Hannah are going to have to go on the floor with the dog and the elephant.
How dare you.
I'm actually going to have to get behind this guy. So this guy came from Greg.
Nice.
For my birthday. He's
bigger than you are.
He was in a vacuum bag. And believe it or not, you see,
I would have left him in the vacuum bag.
He's huge.
Just a minute. I would have just shipped him in the vacuum bag.
I'm probably going to because he's not like the bird or the dog. He's really soft.
Yeah, he's a soft one. Put him back in the vacuum bag and send him off whenever you sell him.
Yep. So he was in a vacuum bag all by himself, and he has eyes somewhere. He's definitely a sheepdog. See his eye? But he was in a bag, and he was totally flat like a rug. And when I let the air back in, you see he popped out just like he's supposed to be. He's fluffy. Yeah. So don't be afraid to, they're an extra cost, but something like this that I'm probably going to list for like $300, maybe more.
Yeah, for sure.
Worth the vacuum bag. Maybe $350.
I love the tongue.
Yeah, he's got a tongue. He's got a leather-like nose.
Oh, okay.
So he's got the leather nose. He's got the tongue. He's got his eyes are buried in hair, just like a real sheepdog.
What's the brand name on him?
He doesn't have one.
Oh, okay. Still good.
Doesn't matter, right?
Yep.
Let me check his tush again. There's his tail. Yeah, he doesn't have one, and I don't care. I'm probably gonna put him up for like $350.
Might as well.
Maybe $350 all in, like free shipping.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was in the vacuum bag at the bottom, and on top of him was a second vacuum bag with a bunch of other big ones shoved in there, and then on top of that were a bunch of medium ones, and the box was maybe this big, you guys. So Greg knows what he's doing when he's shipping Plush. I bought the wholesale lot from him, 2 big boxes. He had them just vacuumed in there.
Nice.
But the point is, don't be afraid of the big ends. This guy, if you can sell him for $300, $350, why wouldn't you go buy a vacuum bag to ship him in? Right? You're not going to want to spend extra money.
I mean, come on.
I'm out of breath. He is so big. He's huge. I haven't even photographed him back, but when he does sell, oh my gosh, I'll definitely videotape me and Keith fighting with him. If I need Keith's help, actually, I should add that video will never see the light of day. But
I want Keith to hide under him one of these times when you come in the room and just jump out at you.
But
that would be great.
He's so cool, though, his nose. Okay, anyway, now it's time for questions.
Waiting for him.
We've been on for an hour. I know I saw one question, kind of early on. I'll ask you. You can answer it.
Okay.
So you and I both have YouTube channels, and we teach people how to sell Plush. Are we afraid that we're creating too much competition and it will get oversaturated?
Oh, no. To me, people are lazy. I've taught my sister all that I know, and she has like maybe 200 listings up. So to me, I'll teach anybody anything. If they want to follow my footsteps, fine, bring it on. But me, I'm competitive. If anybody will challenge me or anything, I will outdo you or kill myself trying to outdo you. So, yeah, I'm not afraid of competition. Never have been. Never will be. So, yeah, that's my answer to that always.
So mine's like partly that you can teach people all day long, and I can tell you that I see a turnover of resellers. I've been doing YouTube and teaching people for 2 years, and there's a handful of you that are still around, longtime viewers. Thank you. Welcome. Hi. But I see a lot of people come and go. People just don't want to put in the work. They find out how much work it is, and they don't want to do it. So my other part is Plush are not, I don't think that Plush are able to get as oversaturated as clothing. So by that I mean, if Robert and I, he's in California, I'm in Pennsylvania, if we both go to Goodwill tomorrow, we could possibly both come home with the same stack of branded jeans for women, American Eagle size 4, Old Navy size 6. Him and I could both come home with a stack of those. We could both come home with Ralph Lauren polos. At opposite sides of the country, we can come home with the same exact brands and sizes and looks of clothing, and that's oversaturated. But what are the chances of Robert and I finding the same exact brands and characters and animals of Plush?
I have 9 Gaylords, and I don't think I got the same Plush that you did.
No, Plush. I mean, there are certain characters that are oversaturated, and I talk about that in the Plush guide as well.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh and all those guys.
There's
Big Bird.
There's certain things that are oversaturated, but still within the oversaturation, there's particular brands and stuff you can look for that will sell fast.
Yeah, if you can have like a Winnie the Pooh with a Christmas hat that is like a limited edition, then you made some money. I mean, it's different even in the oversaturated items.
Yeah, exactly. And so if it has something special about Winnie the Pooh's oversaturated, Robert has one with the Christmas hat. His is going to sell so fast that by the time 10 more of us find one with the hat, they're all going to be gone and ours are going to sell.
Or like the white one, the snowflake ones, those sell very well.
Yep. That was one of the guys I walked up to on his lawn. I want them all. Then they sat for a year and a half because I didn't want to clean them. After I tell you guys, they had tags. And so I actually didn't have a tag reattacher. Then Megan sent me one for Christmas. Thank you, Megan, Mawinnie. I finally said on the video somewhere, I don't have a tag reattacher, so I'm avoiding stuff. They're in my don't want to piles. She sent me one, so I cut all their tags off, sprayed them down, washed them. They were beautiful, and they got listed. I want to say March or April. It was at the kind of like at the beginning of shutdown, and I have one Tigger left. He's in here. I'm pointing at him because he's one of the ones.
I need a red one. The red plastics for the ties, because they're always red when they attach the ties to the ear. I need a red one. I need the red plastic for them.
So yeah, I'm not afraid of anything getting oversaturated as far as plush. The chances of 50 million resellers going out and finding the same 50 million plush is little to nil. It's more likely to happen with clothing and other stuff. And I teach clothing too. So, so what kind of plush can you put in the washer? You can put them all in the washer.
Pretty much. I don't put the ones that are really old, like the felt ones.
Like really old felt vintage.
The glue is like very old, and most of the time it's brittle. So
yeah, let's talk about my Munchie that I put through the wash. The back of her hair came off, and there's glue.
Yeah, the ones that are glued, or the felt ones. Like I said, those.
I stuck my Munchie in the wash just a week ago and learned.
Just wash those by hand. They're not going to hurt nothing.
Yeah, probably Munchie shouldn't go in the wash. I was just a week ago today this old that I learned that.
You can always get not super glue. I get hot glue and just glue them back on. I mean, it's basically the same thing.
You can also put pillowcases around their heads if you're worried about their eyes getting damaged in the machine.
Yeah.
Why do you drive to Vegas?
Because I have really nothing near me. My best thrift store is either 70 miles away, and I have no Goodwill bins near me, except if I want to go to LA, and LA is just a mess. So, and I have a bunch of friends up in Vegas. I have a couple of, well, they used to do YouTube. I think they do TikTok now or something. But I had a couple of YouTubers in Vegas that I used to join out there, and so that's most of the reason.
There's good bins up there too, right?
Yeah, they have great bins. Nobody touches the plush in Vegas at all. And if I'm down there and my friends are there, I will have 2 carts before I even get out of bed. There'll be 2 carts full of plush waiting for me.
Yep.
So.
And you go like a couple times a year, right? And just get enough.
No, I used to go every other month.
Oh, really?
A year.
But is that all the sourcing you do, really, other than the GameStop stuff?
No, I go to one near my grandma's. I used to go every other week when I used to visit her. I can't visit her now because she's in the home. It's all this. I can't even go in right now.
Yeah.
Every other week, I used to do on every Wednesday. So I had to bring my grandma because it's a senior discount day. They do dollar bags. They're this size.
Cool.
So I used to do pictures of those when I come home with a big pile of dollar bags. I used to show them on your Facebook group, but I haven't done that in a while. But yeah,
I remember those bags.
Yeah.
I kind of figured the shutdown had something to do with why I wasn't seeing them anymore.
Yeah, and I started taking my grandma to the movies instead of going to the thrift store. So we kind of slowed down on that. I used to get so much of the bins now because I know people there. I don't even have to show up, and they already have carts for me sitting there. So it's great. I made a sale. Somebody said something about Digby that there was a remote control, nothing exciting. Somebody said something about Digby, the world's biggest dog. Is that like, I think it was David that said that? Bill or Noman Frog. Is that legitimately a character and who this guy is? I don't know.
Would you sell character plush and lots or separate? So if you bought 50 Eeyores in one day, list them one by one, right?
It's all the time, every single time. Except for like My Little Pony, I list in a couple because they're most of the time, unless they're a Starlight or something, it's like a purple one. That one goes great by itself.
I just listed her. Forget her name. Twilight Sparkle.
Yeah, that one. But yeah, most of those I'll put in a lot, but
yeah, or if they're meant to be, like I have a lot of Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, Piglet, and Tigger dressed in choir robes with halos, and they have little choir books and they're singing. Clearly, the 4 of them are meant to be a set.
And I have those in separate bins. I have like Eeyore, Piglet, and Owl in one bin. I have Tigger on his own separate bin because I got so many of them, and I have Winnie the Pooh in a separate bin. So I'd still list those individually because they're in separate bins.
Yeah. So yeah, I advise one by one. You're going to make more profit that way. But don't be opposed when people come to you. Like I just sold 4 Loveys and a lot the other day. If someone says, I want to buy all 5 of your Tiggers, cut them a break, give them a deal. Yeah. Figure out what the total cost is, knock 25% off. If she's buying 5, knock 25% off, and then the cost of shipping the other 4 individually, one by one. And you may be giving them away at like a total of 30% off or so, but you're getting rid of 5 at once. You're getting a lump sum of money.
Yeah, I just did that with a Funko. Someone bought 8 different Funkos from me. So
yeah, I did 4 Loveys together. I didn't do it. Keith accepted the offer. We had these Apple remotes there in the What Sold video last night. It came out to like $3 a piece, but the dude bought 19 of them. They went in one box. Yeah.
Empty out some shelf space. That's what I say. Why not? You can get your store some activity. I do breaks every once in a while just to get my store some activity. And I'll sell a plush for 10. Even though I have it listed like 15, I'll just sell it just if I haven't had any sales in the last hour or so. Just go ahead, take it, and usually I'll sell like 2 or 3 items right after because it wakes up your store.
It does. Activity is activity.
Yeah.
So if someone messages you and it's been quiet and they want like 50% off, but they're going to buy like 4 something, 5 something, give it to them. It'll wake up your store. You get stuff moving. You get money. You're still making a profit. And you guys have probably heard of loss leaders. So if your store is dead and you want to get rid of stuff like that, consider it a loss leader.
Yeah, especially in Plush where you get it for almost nothing. Or at least I did.
So Noman the Frog, Mercari is also a good place to sell plush. I would kind of say yes and no. I was cross-posting over there a lot with List Perfectly. I sold
I heard good things about Mercari on Plush, but I just did the video games, and I had the huge lot of video games. I posted those, and those did very well on Mercari. They sold higher than eBay. Plush, I just haven't had time. And besides, with List Perfectly, they don't take them down. So I'm scared to like sell them on Mercari and then forget to take them down on eBay. So I just haven't had time to do it.
I've sold a handful of plush over there, but it's nowhere near the volume that I get on eBay. So I guess I recommend listing everything, all the things on eBay.
Poshmark too, I'm scared of putting it over there.
I just put in the SKU line where, I have shirts that literally the SKU line say Mercari, Grilled, Poshmark, and I got to go take it on 3 platforms when it sells.
Yeah. I'm not worried about my shirts because I always have 10 of them, so I never worry about that. So those are all actually over Posh, but my plush, since I have so many one-offs, I don't want to get so many dings on eBay, so I have to do it, but I just don't want to do it yet.
Yeah, mine are on Mercari and Poshmark, and there is a way around getting the things on eBay. I talked on my live show last week. Write the buyer and offer them, tell them it was listed in error, and offer them another item.
Yeah, I do that too, but it's just a pain.
Cross-posting is a pain, but you need to do it.
Yeah, I do. I had to get back to List Perfectly. I stopped when they raised the price. I was like,
Mercari is the plush move, but it's not near the volume of eBay. But the thing is if you get your finger in all the pies and eBay gives you a whole pie and everybody else gives you a slice of pie, all those other slices are going to add up to a whole second pie.
Well, eBay's giving me most of my pie, and the rest is like dessert.
Yeah.
I'm already selling like 30 a day. It's like, do I have time to do any more?
Sure you do.
No, I know, but I don't want to.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up because I just looked at the clock and I realized we've been on longer than an hour at this point. Yeah. So if there were,
sorry,
we like to talk. If you guys think of questions later on that you didn't get to ask, or if we missed any in the chat, join the Facebook group. Join the Facebook group. You can leave them down below, but the best way to get a hold of me is in that group if you tag me.
Yeah, tag me too. I'm always there too.
Yep. So Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. Robert and I are both in there. You can tag either one of us with your questions. Both of us post our YouTube videos in there. So you can learn that way too. And don't forget, if you're interested in purchasing the Plush guide, it is $19.99 if you want to straight buy it from the description box below. Or if you're in the group, you can wait until about 9:30. I got a video conference at 8:30. I'm looking at my arm like I have a watch. I don't. There's no watch. But whenever my video call is over tonight, I have one at 8:30. I'll put a code in the group and you can get it for $14.99. Okay, special for the group. But you should be in there because Robert and I are in there. It's a really cool atmosphere and you can learn a lot about Plush. If you want to follow Robert's YouTube, again, I'm a terrible host. I didn't put it
type in Zombie Bargain Hunter on YouTube. You'll find it.
Zombie Bargain Hunter. Look for that or join the group. Click on one of his videos. But make sure you do go over and watch him and subscribe to him as well.
You put out a video tomorrow, so join me there.
Yep. My stuff's blowing up. And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Flippin Hippos on all social media. I think that's it. Do you want to tell everybody some words of wisdom?
Don't fiddle fart around. Get all your listings up.
Don't fiddle fart around. Get all your listings up. Go be productive and go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for the super chats. You guys are the best. Thank you for joining us and watching.
Thanks, everybody.
Did you say hit the like button? All right. See you guys later. Huh?
I don't know. I don't know what I said.
Later.
Bye.
Bye. I can never get the button.